Gentlemen, start your engines.
Why do you say like an Indian Tata?
I am an Indian.
Have the boxing ring.
Oh, okay.
Voice.
Go!
Proton Persona 1.6 liter CVT. What can I tell you about it that hasn't been said already? It's not a new car, it's a Proton Persona. So, in true Carlist fashion, we thought we'd invite a few of its more illustrious Japanese counterparts to give you that B segment showdown. Introducing Carlist.my's B segment challenge. Okay, we've got the leader, the class leader, the Honda City over here. We've got the Kodo inspired Mazda 2 sedan. We've got the new kid on the block, the Nissan Almera 1.0 turbo. And of course, we have the pride and joy of Malaysia, the Proton Persona. Yes, I know we are missing one more, the Toyota Vios. We called them, but it was busy. So maybe next time. Without further ado. Okay. Semua orang nak drag race kan? Drag race! Sekarang kita buat drag race. Okay, we have a drag race with the Honda City, the Nissan Almera, Mazda 2 and the Proton Persona. Okay, so the format is like this. The two winners, alamak, two winners pula. The two cars will go up against each other. The winners will go to the next round. The losers will fight against each other. Then there'll be a clear winner, first, second, third, fourth. That is how we'll afford the points. Gentlemen, start your engines.
Okay, Mazda 2, Persona, ready to go? 3, 2, 1, go!
Okay, so the next round we have the Honda City versus the Nissan Almera Turbo. Honda City ready? Almera Turbo ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
Alright, third and fourth showdown. Proton Persona versus the Honda City. Ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3, go! Woohoo!
Gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
Space, the final frontier. These are the gentlemen who's going to help me decide how much space the interior has. Welcome.
Okay lah, okay. Leg room not bad.
So,
Jeez, almost like hit myself.
everyone, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down how you feel about this space. Alright, let's move on to the next car. So now we're in the Honda City and let's see how it fares.
Oh, this leg space here is nice, man.
So, as you gentlemen know, thumbs up or thumbs down, give it.
Up!
Alright, let's move on to the next one.
Yeah, that's my car.
Okay, so now we're in the plucky Malaysian, so let's see how it fares.
Comfortable, right?
Oh,
Alright, gentlemen,
54,000 comfortable lah.
show us your thumbs.
Okay, cool.
Alright, let's move on to the next one. Alright, the newest contender in the B segment, the Almera Turbo. Let's see.
Oh, the seats, you're falling a bit lah.
Okay.
Oh, I can't even close the door. Alright, so gentlemen, give us your thumbs. Alright.
You know, Proton!
Now, if you're buying a B segment sedan, of course you're looking for space and practicality. So let's say you're going on a long balik kampung trip. You have these 10 items. Which of the cars are going to take them all? Let's find out. Baru dah pergi.
Bad packing.
This is pula this car. Oh.
Mazda 2 liters of space. Fuck.
Bring the scooter. Mazda 2, 6 items. Mazda 2, 6 items. Oh,
Game-changing stuff.
Honda, baby, Honda. Uh-oh.
Yes.
Honda City, 7 items. Let's go. Ah, it's got that brace at the back.
Let's try this one.
Oh. Is this the dog, dude?
Okay, yeah.
Wait, did the city just lose to a Proton?
Yep. Proton Persona, 9 items! Pa, give me that. I want to fill up this corners first. Yeah. Wow, but just now it was really Jiwa Malaysia. This one. Nissan Almera, 8 items.
To measure refinement, or NVH, which is noise, vibration, and harshness, we drove each car around the same road course at both slow and high speeds. It wasn't a smooth course either, so it's a real test for these cars. And to add some science into the mix, we also used a pretty basic smartphone app to measure decibels. But it's the real-world test really that makes or breaks the result. And there were some clear winners, and some that didn't do so well. In first place, the Mazda 2 had the least cabin noise all around. Every sound and sensation seemed well absorbed by the car and not by my ears or ours. It felt very atas, even for a B-segment car. Now Honda's made some adjustments over here and put in some injection molding and just to make the ride more refined and quiet. Let's test it out. The speedometer on. Second place goes to the Honda City. It was always pretty decent in this regard, but Honda's extra investment in sound insulation in this car's construction really paid off. Third place is the Almera, but this one's pretty close. Compared to the old car, this is a pretty big step forward in refinement, but there's still the odd shake or rattle that lets the City just take the silver medal ahead of it. What's the start button?
On this right, I think.
Okay. Okay, test begins now. And the Persona in last place did better than expected actually. And for about half the money, it definitely wasn't half as refined. But at this price point, you know, there's just compromises to be made. And if you're listening to small imperfections, you will find them.
Okay, as with any typical challenge that we do, especially with the B segment, we want to know what's the fuel economy of all the cars we have today, right? So here we are today at Petronas. We're going to fill up the cars with Petronas Premix RON 95. We're going to brim the tanks. We are also going to make sure the tires are up to manufacturer specs. And then we're going to have a mix of city and highway driving, about 90 kilometers or so. And then at the end, we'll come back here and brim the tanks again, and we'll know which car has the best fuel economy. So stay tuned. So all four cars are ready. We've brimmed the tanks, we've filled up the tires according to manufacturer specifications. We are also going to have the aircon at 21 degrees Celsius, the fan speed at 2 to make sure that it's consistent across all four cars. We're just about to leave. We'll see you at the end of the challenge.
It's definitely one heck of a car. It just really wants you to push it if you ever need to relieve some stress. But if you want to relax, it's also fine because it's really relaxing to drive. It's got really good handling. It's got really good comfort. I just don't know about the rear passengers though. It'll be really tight back there. But overall, if you don't have kids or you know you need to go to work, this is the car you want.
This is the only car in this test with rear aircon vents. That's a big deal. But so far in this test, I think it wins on practicality, on like the quality of life stuff. This car has everything else beat.
So there's much to like about being in the car. The upholstery itself, you know, looks a lot more plush. It's a lot more premium, and it's a lot more quieter than it was before. So there's still a little bit of tire roar that comes in from from the edges of the car, but other than that, you get very little drivetrain noise and bump noise and things like that.
I guess what makes this car an excellent alternative to the rest is just how fun it is. It is fun, it feels tight, just wants to go into corners, just wants you to drive it, you know? The rest, they all feel like grandmother limousines.
At his price point, I suppose he gets to call the competition that.
There's just no engagement whatsoever. This car, however, you feel like you're a part of it.
90 kilometers right now. Feels solid. Some B7 cars, you go over a certain speed, it feels a bit flimsy, you feel a bit floaty. This car doesn't do that. It feels very much planted on the road. This is a car that can do everything. You can take people in it. It's a big boot. On the highways, it feels great. In town, it feels zippy and easy to drive, easy to park. Yeah, it's a great car like it was before. What can I say?
So this new 1 liter, which 3-cylinder turbocharged engine connected to a CVT automatic. So it's a good engine. It's delightfully powerful. There's enough power when you're driving in the city. It's good on the highway like we're doing now, 110 km without any issue, any fuss whatsoever. So it's a very well sorted car, and from the drivetrain's perspective, you can definitely feel that's been a big step forward.
Now, how often do you get to hear a Proton having the biggest displacement engine among its competitors? But here you have it. Now, the Persona is a 1.6 liter CVT. The Almera is a 1.0 turbo, and then both the Mazda and the Honda comes with a 1.5. It's paired to the Punch CVT, and yes, you do feel it hesitant at times to engage. Doesn't really have that pick me up and go. But to be fair, for 90% of us, 90% of the time, it is more than adequate. You know, I've driven the car spiritedly. I've not noticed a particular lag or a particular don't want to move, don't want to go. It goes, right? Yeah, it may not get there the fastest, but it does get there.
The CVT is efficient. It's very efficient. That's why you have it, and it's very effortless. So you just take off from start, and it just keeps constant rev. It maximizes fuel economy. It's just overall a good transmission for this kind of car. Small, compact, low fuss, economical.
And of course, now you're getting a lot more safety features. You've got blind spot information system. You've got a 360-degree camera that comes beaming to your 8-inch Nissan Connect infotainment system. Camera quality could be better, but at least it is one of those cars in the B segment that actually gives you the function or the feature of 360-degree camera.
If you're buying a car to get from point A to point B, to get from the home to the office, to get from the office to the pasar, to carry people comfortably, then you can't go wrong with the Persona, especially at 54,000 plus, right? You cannot have any guises. Put up against its competition, you can't complain for that, right? Yes, the NVH is lacking. It's loud in the cabin. I'm sure you're picking it up even as I speak. I can get better tires, I suppose, for a quick fix, but beyond that, again, you got to bear in mind the price you're paying for the car you're getting. You got to keep that in context.
Compared to the Mazda 2 and the Nissan Almera, I think this, for less money, is the better buy, and I think people agree with me because they've been buying the Honda City.
Oh, the Almera is very pricey, but it isn't, to be exact. They are giving you a whole lot more car, there's a whole lot more safety features, and it is definitely worth the money. So yes, while the older car might have just gotten cheaper over the years, just to keep it competitive, keep it relevant, this new car is definitely up to date. So there is a price to pay for that, and I think it's definitely justified in the new Nissan Almera.
You could safely buy two Personas for the price of one Mazda 2.
Okay, it's the most expensive out of the bunch, but if you buy this car for 5 years, you don't need to worry about anything, a single cent, because Mazda has got you covered. So Mazda's got this thing, the 5+5 peace of mind package. Well, it's not really a package because all their cars really come with this. So it's 5 years free warranty, 5 years free service. Okay, it's not one of those 5 years free service but you still have to pay for the labor. It's actually everything. So you don't have to worry about bringing out one single set. Just send the car to Mazda, they'll do whatever and then just give it back to you.
So I think what sometimes we fail to do is that we judge a car, but we don't put it in context of its price, which is not fair to the car, because as a package, the Persona gives you what you're paying for, right? Now, if you can afford a bit more, then you've got options in the B segment. You've got the Honda, you've got the Mazda, you've got the Almera as well, right? You also have the Toyota Vios, which again, unfortunately, we don't have here with us today because it was busy, right? But for all intents and purposes, for this particular experiment that we've had over this past couple of days for this B segment, the Persona to me is value for money, and it's the right value for the right amount of money. Full stop.
Now, we don't know whether Mazda will have another Mazda 2, so it's probably your last chance to buy it. So think about it hard.
Okay, so we are at our half distance. We've reached the Bukit Beruntung Golf and Country Resort just behind us. We've done this slightly under 50 kilometers. Now, one more thing to qualify, since the Persona doesn't have a digital climate control, I set the aircon to 1 and the temperature to half, just so we are aware of what the aircon in the Persona is. We're going to take the highway back from here back to the Petronas station. We'll brim the tanks there and then we'll know who's won this fuel economy challenge. So we've come back. This is the end of the road trip. So we went there on the city roads. We came back on the highway. We've brimmed the tanks once again. You will see the results flash out on the screen. The clear winner, unfortunately, for me, was the Nissan Almera 1.0 Turbo. But the rest, you'll see the results pop out on the screen. So that brings you to the end of, or that brings us to the end of the Fuel Economy Challenge. And so you have it. We're at the end of the B segment shootout. We'll have all the results for you flash across the screen, across all the challenges that we did. We did a sound test or a decibel test. We did a luggage test. We did a seating test, and we did a fuel economy challenge, basically, to highlight all the different pros and cons of each of these B segment cars. Now, of course, like we mentioned earlier, the Toyota Vios is not here. It was busy away on assignment, so maybe the next time. But we hope now this video, we try to remove as many variables as possible to make it as scientific as we can. And we hope that if you were unsure of any one of these cars in the B segment, we would have helped you make your decision. So till the next time, this is Team Carlist signing off. Bye-bye.